Like many of you, I stacked on weight in 2020. How much are we talking here? 14 whole kilos. Basically, my thinking was, if I can't buy a house in Sydney, I'll grow to the size of a house, or at least a townhouse, something sizable. But it's 2021 now. It's time for things to change. Don't get me wrong, in many ways, 2020 was awesome. I had Zoom happy hours with all my mates every night, banana bread on the go, 24/7. There was a lot to like about it. I even finished Netflix. But the worst part about it for me was the headspace. I've been at home now for just over a year working from home, and it's great. I can get up a little bit later, I can finish a little bit earlier, but frequently it feels like the walls are really coming in. It gets claustrophobic in here. So for the next 8 weeks, I'm teaming up with Good Life Health Clubs, and sure, I'm gonna lose a little bit of weight. I'm definitely gonna eat better. I'll try to have a few less happy hours, but the most important thing for me is really just getting out of that headspace where it feels like the walls are coming in, lose a bit of the head noise, and really get some of those feel-good pheromones going. Come along for the ride, next 8 weeks, see what we can do. So this is how my day's gonna start off every single day. A little bit of shaming, see where we go, but it's good to know. 110, championship weight. If I was a heavyweight, which unfortunately I'm not, because I'm only 6'1" in sensible heels, or 5'11" really. So a lot of work to do, but should be some easy wins.
I think 3 days ago I went for 300 steps, which is really hard to do. So this is kind of how I get a lot of my exercise. Even though it sounds like I'm quite dying here. So middle of the day, once the walls start feel like they're coming in on me, just come for a walk. Usually get about 10,000 steps, 8 to 10,000. Takes about, I don't know, 40 to 60 minutes. I get to see all the geriatrics walking past me at a quicker pace. It's good. It's good for my self-confidence. I really enjoy it. But it gets me that 10,000 steps every day. It's not going to make me, run a marathon or anything, but it's something.
I had a question about the calorie count. So I think it's like 2,400 or ballpark.
Yeah.
What's the thinking behind that?
So I base it off your weight and your total daily energy expenditure. So someone your size, you shouldn't be eating really any less than that.
I did have a question about, which I thought was fascinating, just about the rep schemes from this morning. So we're going like 4 sets of 8 for the squats, and then you're moving into, I want to say 3 of 20 maybe?
So when we do, let's say something like a challenge, we're trying to build muscle really. And when we're hypertrophy training, we do actually want to hit every rep scheme. So let's say we were just a strength athlete, we would work between the ranges of, between 1 and 8. If we were just an endurance athlete, we would work between 15 to 20. But if we're trying to build muscle, we want to hit all those different rep schemes.
Eating, great fun. Tracking calories, not so much, especially me because I don't understand numbers. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use an app called MyFitnessPal. Basically, all you do is just scan the barcode, a bunch of different foods. Let's say there's protein I'm going to have today. Then that uploads all the nutritional information to the app. It makes it a lot easier to track if you're hitting your protein goals and your calorie goals. My Good Life trainer, Tash, has set me up. I've got to hit 183 grams of protein a day. I'll show you what I'm going to have today. It's delicious. 1 scoop of delicious protein, bananas, it would be rude not to. Add a little bit of water, 2 shots of espresso because more coffee is better coffee. Espresso to keep me smiling and happy all day. Bit of delicious ice, because that makes it fluffy. And it takes about 2 minutes to do. Rocket, go. And because I work from home and I don't have to impress anyone, I can eat straight from here. Easy as that. Breakfast sorted. My trainer can see every day what I'm eating, what I'm not eating, making sure I'm still on track to hit my caloric and protein goals. So we're 4 weeks in, and every time I tell someone I'm doing this 8-week challenge, I get the same 2 questions. The first one's pretty simple. How much weight have you lost? So I've lost 3 kilos over 4 weeks. I haven't been weighing myself a whole lot. That wasn't really the purpose of all this, but the weight's just kind of fallen off. I've been pretty lucky with it so far. I haven't felt like I've really restricted myself in any ways. The second one, which I seem to get a little bit more frequently, is do you miss drinking? Now, when I started the challenge, it was February. You know, everyone's always had a massive January. They're like, oh, I'll never drink in February. Yeah, well, the footy season started, starting to get a little cooler, a lot of UFC events. I just did 4 days in Byron Bay. So yeah, certainly have been having a beer or two. But the thing is that probably like midweek, I'd only have 1 or 2 beers just because I'm finding the difference between me having 2 beers or 10 beers. It's exactly the same hangover. So there's no real point in it. So I have been drinking less, but I certainly haven't been restricting myself in any way. I'm still living my best life.
I'm out here in the beauty of nature, right next to a heavily trafficked road, which is always fun, good for the headspace. But it actually really works. You know, I can miss going to the gym for a few days and I feel fine, but if I miss doing these 10,000 steps every day, completely different story.
So 8 weeks, done. The big ticket items. So I lost 6 kilos, 2% body fat, both of them super wrapped with. So the things I've loved, I've really enjoyed actually the calorie tracking. I never thought I would, but it's good to be able to see every day how much you're actually eating as opposed to just what you think you are. And then strangely, my 10,000 steps a day walking with the geriatrics, I love it. And I think I'll be able to continue this moving forward. It won't be like other challenges where I lose a lot of weight over 8 weeks and then suddenly it all comes back again. So looking forward to the future.